Fuck it, we're just gonna keep it here. I'm literally been bothered by this longer than I should be, to be honest. Alright, whatever. Anyway, what was I doing? CG, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Oh, now I got people texting me. God damn it. Why is everyone else texting me now? God damn it all. Anyway. Yes, his calligraphy. I hit B, by the way. His calligraphy was always a reflection of his heart. Yet you can really look at his characters without feeling shame. And no one who drew them thoughtfully. Of course I can! Okay. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on the ship? Hey, that was his idea, to be honest. Now you're gonna bring that up? I can't win. Chicken pound. Da-da. Da-da. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Da-da, da-da. Da-da, 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 da-da. Da-da, da-da. What am I looking for? Am I supposed to talk to him? Oh, shit. Great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the only one, Herlock Shaloms. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No, no, no. I've no her. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Shaloms. You can read all of my exploits in the exciting London publication. She doesn't look bad. Oh, yes. Friends, there's no vowel or D in it. Friends, magazines full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. Oh, let me turn now. There we go. Actually, now you can. Yeah. I never miss an issue. I have sent from England especially. Oh, damn, she sounded like a fucking fan. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventure of Harlock Shaloms. Go to do that. But we should do that. Ah! So you're the protagonist of this series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you read so many of your own stories, you started to think that you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographic record, my greatest detective achievements, and chronicles in them in my magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Oh, shit. Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment, I'm returning from Asia from having solved the mystery of the cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this serious or not. Deduction, you see, It is me a science. It is to me a science. Logical reasoning in the purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer noticed even the most subtle of reactions in the subject. Ho ho ho. A, fu- blah, 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 blah. A furtive glance, a twitch of the muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these are data. Right. And the trained logical makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is why I failed. The truth. Bing! As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look at me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have turned both for observation and for deduction. And fame! That is what it makes me the one and only her. No! Her lock shalooms. I can't tell if he's into himself or just really proud of himself. Dun, dun. Have you managed to detect anything about this peculiar case yet? Have I managed to detect anything? My dear fellow! What do you suppose discovered the culprit in the most cunning hiding place? That's right! It was none other than the great detective before you. Now. Hey, no, he hasn't been here all day. He's probably out doing things. Tomorrow's his day off. So he probably won't be home till late. There's none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Shaloms. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among the number, gaining entry into the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everybody, the great detective Herlock Shaloms was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. Mr. Naruto. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Mr. Shaloms, tell us, please. What two facts are appearing to you when you came into this cabinet this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate? Elucidate. The two facts that detach from the mere momentary glance at the scene of crime were as follows. Number one, the cabinet was locked from within. Running escape from the culprit out of the question. Fair enough. Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold up, Mr. Shaloms. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Don't know. I don't know how to say Russian. That's the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many found their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. For Kazuma was Russian. Was he? Initially, I considered Gorlo maybe the name of the killer. I said Robert Grandy, perhaps. What? But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at last. Where you found Mr. Naruto sleeping soundly. Quite so, I found you. the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is that? Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same outfit as the victim. In other words, you were acquaintance. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Um, Shomes, homie. Are Scooby uniforms the traditional dresses of the Russian people? I had no idea. God damn it, Susana. Come on now, honey. And I had no idea that a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message. That I might analyze for possible hidden details. This. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma has already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I actually seen him like this. How do you write like that? Wait, right with your left. Wait. So he write. Okay, that's kind of hard to do with that finger. Oh, yes. Thank you. Can I ask you something, Mr. Shaloms? Oh. What, pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fierce revolutionary, feeling from Russia and all that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining the train of reasoning to me, do you think? Certainly, if it interests you. I'm guessing that means certainly in Russian. How many times? I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian. I just want to look at this photo. So, like, he had it. First of all, that's way too clean for that kind of finger. And that's like, there's so much wrong going on here. Dun, 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 dun. Magnifying. Can we talk about your deduction before the thing you concluded about me? I mean, the now famously accurate troubling proceeding you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. Oops. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and the assassin of the 16th part. Oops, one button. Oops. There we go. Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary Valborgsky. Oh, fuck that name, dude. Flees Russia via Shanghai. Shanghai in China, we live in Japan. This vessel made a port called Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. This one was cousin of Russian. It sounds like Mr. Sholmes concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma wrote on the floor. Which we already know is false. It was a simple act of reasoning. I realized that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape from the true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Valin Borsky v. Bush v. Fuck. Bush. His name is Bush. Okay, sorry. No. How could it be? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. The dude has wrinkles. I know my shirt's probably squeaking a lot. Hey, you need to call somebody? There you Oh, even the shirt guards up. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize the appearance as well. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need to decide more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. 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 What about the other details? The 16 victims of the assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah, yes, the generals clearly interviewed the man and printed all those peculiars in an article. Demise, I will kick your ass if you miss the gliders. The deeds of the man approved thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything everything about this revolutionary Boski was included. There could be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to do interviews with newspaper reporters? I wonder. No. And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also, quite clearly started in here in the article. Brushka was recently returned after a period of Savri, Sa, Savrisi, Sav, Savrisi, Sav, fuck, I, blah, 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 Savr, 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 activities in the war-torn region of the Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This this Afghanistan police. So it's on a globe, homie. Here, take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I absorbed all of the interest in me and went to the pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. And you may find the article on the back page interesting as well. On the back. Cast your eye over it sometime if your interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret it. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't help to read it. But I suppose one had to use a glance at the article. Maybe there's some picture too. Okay, let's see what he says. So what's on the back? This is an interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruto-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. Oh, the paper got really detailed. Holy shit! I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. Nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess. Do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you noticed this article. He just comes in. Ah! Allow me to give you a short summary of his contents. Why didn't you tell me this in the you fuck whatever? Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Shalom's. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappeared from Shanghai. During the performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, a talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russia's names so hard to remember? You fucking tell me about it. It would appear the woman in the costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara in this picture, which is worth some 20,000 rupees. Oh, how much is 20,000 rupees? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Shisana's own eyes are shining like the diamond themselves. That tiara is the property of the Neovich Ballet, which seems to be the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They requested intermission assistance all ports with sailing to Great Britain. Could this be another case of Russian fleeing here to her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. To be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even gonna dignify with that response, Mr. Naruto. Oh, cool. We got more information. Okay, I'll take the information. Oh, uh-huh. Da, da, da. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma. Ah, yes, the victim. Do you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. Okay, and? We'll see that the victim was engaged in pinning some text. Ah, this music. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic! And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susanoo takedown is. Susanoo-san? Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim, it would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as the author was cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of this writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smothering, dear boy, a smothering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikata. No, 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 no. I trust you're simply impressed. Ha! But this diary is literally complicated looking characters of which I can read precisely none. So what was all that showing off before then? If you'd be so kind to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. How much obliged? My dear madam. The final entry of Kazuma's diary consists of just two short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? Hmm. These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like a sort of speckled band is dangling from the what looks like what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilation grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I never heard of that expression before. Hmm. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring. Oh, he was looking right at it. To the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Customer's diary has been entered in the equipment record. Can I prove it to you now that I'm not from the Russian world? So I believe I give you a nut considered for the 10th time being at last. Ah, do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If it must do too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are the curious breed. Our minds revel at the strength stagnation. We crave mental exhilaration. Exa- exaggeration. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No. That would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? Oh shit. Oops. Oh, I do wanna. Oh, okay, here things. Okay, that's it. A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was a culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as a culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Shaloms, I did hear you say that too. You quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. Motherfucker, listen here. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. What? Sorry, I read that sentence and my mind just exploded. If you are the culprit, you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Oh. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruto-san, what are you standing there for? Hmm? We must go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? Hiya! After Cosmo spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate? Ugh. As if he gave me any choice in the rolling over part. He has a fair point. I think we still have some investigating to finish off here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. Oh, damn it, not mean to hit the key. This situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I could do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice. Okay, so that's... Okay, let's go here. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor? Would you mind if I investigate a little outside? Okay, right in the middle of the sea, there's no chance of escaping. Yeah. You say the cabinet of the next word. Okay, so I talked to him. Oh, I didn't. There's nothing on the table at all. They're playing the color over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner. Oh. Oh, let's look at my hand. So, then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama? No, 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 no. Okay, so I did the table. What's there to do? Suitcase. Oh, not the ink. Words. Bed frame. Oh, my basic just. Lantern, wardrobe. Nothing on the bed. Why did I click on the bed? Oh, never mind. Uh, do I talk to her? Oh, I look at the door handle. Duh. When I went for help, the crewman forced the door open. The bolt has been firmly closed. Hmm. It's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy, and it slides across the slides across to secure the door shut. But still, when with the door bolted, there'd be no way to get in and out of this cabin. That's for sure. If no wonder everyone suspects me. Don't look at me like that. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense up and down my spine. I remember reading once a detective novel. The culprit used a needle thread to draw the bolt across outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself, but the door of this cabin is framed and made of metal, and they're sealed together perfectly. There'd be no possible using that needle thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles up and down my spine. Oh, oh, look over there! That crewman, do you mean he wasn't there before, was he? I recognize that face. That's what I thought. What if I talking to him? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try. Yeah. Is that... Is something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh, no. It's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't have a feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes. What can I do for you? Ah, it's the homie. I recognize that face, but it can't be. Oh, no, that call from anywhere. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hazanaga. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I've received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew aboard the ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I could do to help, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out in this hopeless situation. So what are you special? What about your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. Hmm? This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For for what? My orders were to act as Asagi's bodyguard. Huh? It was the Minister of Justice Jiku. No, he's Goku. Jiku Jikoku who push who pushed for this overseas sturdy tour to go ahead, and he trusted me with the ensuring that as Azagan's son, we we reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could it be made a possibility? I'm not sure, but these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jugoku said that we should prepare for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazumasa was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asanagi a visible security escort, which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined what happened here. Inside his own cabin? Not here in the first class deck? I failed miserably in my assignment, and I was known as dead as a result. Aw, that was a naga. I'm a disgrace, and all I can do is humbly apologize. Yeah, oh, it's okay, homie. Inspector. So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word. We're doing what we can to investigate Cosmo's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yeah, my hair. Yeah, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move even touch to handle the cabin door. That stormy looking seaman there would be surely snap your neck into. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now, and they think I'm a murderer as well. Fair. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'll do everything I can to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'll lay my life on the line if I have to. But I don't see how. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruto. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply set the present panel and choose some evidence. Inspector Hazanaga could use. So evidence that would be given as a available reason to investigate the next cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know we can when we Alright, I'm back. Alright, we gotta present him something. Probably the diary. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma's wrote something rather strange in his diary. Oh, we got the serious music going on. Strange in what way? He wrote, but it looks like to be some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilation grill. A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're trying to still work out what he meant by that. But I would like to know is... Oops. Don't tell me. The ventilator. The ventilator, isn't it? Yes, very astute, Inspector. I'm cold. The ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabins. Yeah! That's right. So we could investigate in there. You might be able to work out what the speckled band was. There we go. Come on, Hazanaga. Let me in. Let me in! Alright then. Oh. Get in here, kitty. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime. As you see. I have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going to go against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. Can't tell if he's under here or not. I think he is. Yeah, he is. He's under the blanket. Okay. He's playing with my feet now. After all, I failed to keep it Ozzy. Oh, God, I can't say his last name. Save. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment, then, Naruto-san. Just like move it and we. Okay, yeah. Move. Hey.